Good afternoon, fans. How are you guys today? I'm pretty live right now. Hope you guys having a lovely Saturday, guys. Try to get this. There we go. I apologize for yesterday. Yesterday, my channel was not working properly the way I want it to work. Let me get this camera right here because this camera is something that I just hooked up today. So if you guys watched last night, the congrats to the OKC, man. They beat the Indiana Pacers last night. So that was a good game, too. So I'm sorry I did not send you guys a notification, but I am live. I know we have Dolphin fans. We have all type of fans out there. And we're here just talking sports. Everything is available here today. Then tonight we have the big game between the Florida Panthers and the Edmonton Oilers, game 5. That's going to be very interesting, guys. That is a game that, listen, it, out of the 4 games they played, they have played 3 overtime games. So who will take this one? The Panthers again on the road, or would Edmonton prevail and make this a 7 games? I think it's going to be 7 games. I I mean the Panthers should have won the other night, but listen, you got to give credit to the Edmonton Oilers. They play they play well. They came back from 3-0, tied at 3-3, and they prevail, guys. And that's what happens when you got teams that really match up with each other. And these 2 teams do match up. Then we got baseball tonight. The Angels and the Orioles. Orioles won last night. Despite the Orioles being 14 games behind uh the the Yankees, by the way, I'm gonna tell you something. They're only 8.5 games out of the wild card. So anything could happen. Still plenty of baseball season. My only concern, if they continue to lose, they'll lose their players. And that's what I don't want to happen to the team. But anyhow, if you have not subscribed to the channel, go ahead. This is Sports Night with Jorge. I did came live pretty fast and pretty quick. Didn't have a notification. Don't understand why it's going on with my system here. I've been working basically all night. Uh, I took my mixer out, added another mixer. So hopefully you guys can hear me out there. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. And like I said, there's a lot of sports going on. Now that camp is over, no more camp for any other NFL teams. It'll return back into July or June and July or something like that. So, well, sorry, July, the end of July. I think it's the second week of July or the third week of July. They'll come back and they start practicing for real, which is, many camps are practice for real, but it's not no pads and all that. When there were pads, then we have another different situation. So, but anyhow, I'm trying this new camera. Like I said, hope you guys having a happy Saturday. Tomorrow's Father's Day. Don't forget to get a gift for your father. And if your father's not here, he's in heaven. Listen, mine's in heaven, and I know he's in good place. And that's what I can say. He's in good place, and you know, I wish a happy Father's Day to every father. Uh, a father doesn't start without a mother. So always remember that. A father never starts without a mother. That is the most important thing I could say in life, man. Mother's Day is very special, and so is Father's Day. But that's just something to have in mind. If it wasn't for my mom, I wouldn't be here today. If it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be here today. But listen, you got to be thankful. But anyhow, You could join the channel. We have a lot of sports coming up. Uh, Football season's around the corner. We got baseball going, hockey, NBA. I mean, good game last night. Yeah, you got to give credit to OKC winning that game on the road. So this might be also a 7-game series. Who knows? Who knows, guys? Hey, how you doing, buddy? I'm feeling good. How you been doing? So, sports is wide open, guys. That's all I can say. Sports is it's wide open. You have to understand that, this is the season where everything picks up, gets busy. Remember, baseball is not even halfway yet. Almost there, but yeah. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. I appreciate it. Yeah, I just came live. I'm having an issue with my new setup that I set up, but it's okay. I mean, take it one day at a time. I'm gonna be here short. Tomorrow I do have some nice things coming out for Father's Day, so hopefully you guys could tune in for it. So, and then on the video shorts, we're here to support 100%. So, but yeah, fans, if you out there, and you do have a team, or you want to talk about your team, I do have a couple of teams that are going to surprise this year in the NFL. It's going to be the Giants. And I know Giants fans not going to believe me, but I see the Giants improving. I see the Carolina Panthers improving. I see the Chicago Bears improving. So now I see good teams going down, faulting. I don't think KC. I know some of the KC fans are going to get mad at me. The Chiefs. I don't know, man. I gotta wait for the rosters. I mean, but team that I see that are improving, I see it coming up. It's the team that I just mentioned. I had a couple more teams there. I wrote it down today, but like I said, I was working on my studio today. So, but once again, man, thank you so much for joining in and participating in the podcast, in the sport podcast. I know we have a lot of sports fans out there. I know we have a lot of football and baseball fans out there. So you get a chance, just leave your comments or your suggestion. This is what I use comments for your suggestion. So I know there's a lot of team. How do you feel about the Giants? How do you feel about the Jets? How do you feel, about the Yankees? How do you feel? And I do. I follow every sports. I mean, the Yankees right now are playing good ball. They're actually in first place. Yes, the Yankees are not running to teams that are playing over 500, and that's where the test comes in. They started good because they were beating teams that were actually not good ball clubs. Not all of them, but they had an easy schedule. They play the Colorado Rockies. They play. I mean, teams under 500. Those are the teams you got to beat regardless. So, but anyhow, I'll be here for probably an hour, and then I'll try to come back tonight. I'm gonna try to work on this project that I'm doing. Like I said, I got two videos for Father's Day coming out. Once again, man, be safe. Take care of your family. That's important. And be positive. Stay positive. We're here to love one another. We're here to support one another. In times like this, when I said when even though you don't have a dad or you do have a dad, and I say this in a positive way, man, there's always a father in heaven that looks down on us. Like I said, I told you in the beginning of the program, I lost my dad, but at the same time, I have to look ahead. You know, But I said it also in the beginning. Without a mother, we wouldn't be a father. So, but remain positive, remain upbeat, and listen. One thing I tell everybody: learn to repent and forgive. Forgiveness is one of the biggest thing, man. Forgive and move on, regardless what your dad did to you, regardless what your relative. I mean, it's a special day, man. You know, with everything's going around the world right now, and I know this, and like I said, I'm not here to judge anybody and the circumstances of the issue going around the world. He's still your dad, regardless he's at home, not at home. It's kind of hard to say this. I'm not saying it's not. I can't judge nobody either, and I'm not going to do that either. But at the end of the day, he's still your dad. So. But anyhow, it's a special day tomorrow for all the dads. So, but if anybody watched the game last night, that was a heck of a game. Once again, Indiana Pacers and the OKC. That's the game that OKC had to win. Then tonight we got to go on at 8 o'clock. We have the Panthers and the Oilers, Game 5. Man, this is probably one of the best hockeys I ever seen. Even though the Stanley Cup returned to the Panthers this year again, returning again. But my God, how these two teams are physical. I know the Panthers blew them last time 6-1. And then the Edmonton comes back and make a statement. You see, it's like these two ball clubs are the same. They both could win on the road. Okay, so they could win away. It's not winning at home. They could win. I mean, they have the lineup. They match pretty well. And I know I have Edmonton fans here and also Florida Panther fan. But we'll see what happens, guys. We'll see what happens. But once again, I mean, anything could happen. Try to get a scoreboard here for you guys. Let me see what I got here in baseball today. You guys have any plans for this weekend with your dad or your family or friends? All right. Here what we have here. Let me open this up, guys, and we have the Marlins in the National. They're in the top of the sixes, 2-1. We have the Reds beating the Tigers 7-1, which I'm surprised because the Tigers are having a good season. 7-1 in the top of the sixth. Then we have the Cubs beating the Pirates beating the Cubs 1-0 in the top of the second. And later on today, we have White Sox and Rangers, Angels and Orioles at 4:05. These are 4:05 games, by the way. We have the White Sox, I say Rangers at 4:05, Blue Jays and Phillies at 4:05, the Athletics at the Royals at 4:10, the Cardinals at the Brewers at 4:10, then the Rays and the Mets play tonight, then Twins and Astro, then the Rockies and Braves, Yankees and Red Sox, and then the Padres and D-backs at 7:15, and then the Guardians and Mariners at 9:40 p.m. And then we have the Giants and Dodgers at 10:10 p.m. That is your Major League Baseball score. You know what? I'm shocked. I'm shocked that the Bengals have not signed Hendricks yet. Now, let me ask you a question. I got Steeler fans out there. You think by getting Aaron Rodgers, you guys are going to be good? If you're a Steeler fan, drop off your record, see what record the Steelers will have this year with Aaron Rodgers. And I tell you, Morton's of the Orioles. Mortensen struck out 10 batters in 5 innings. Or Hearn and Loriano went deep with the Orioles, and they beat the Angels 2-0 last night. The Orioles, even though they're 14 games behind, they won 28 games, they lost 40 games. In the wild card, eh, they're basically right there in the wild card. And the good thing about the Orioles, they got some of the players back. So that's a good thing, too. I'm going to look at the standings in Major League Baseball. Those are interesting. The Yankees are on top 42 games and 42 wins and 26 losses. Lately, they have played 500 ball, over 500. But the last 10 games are 6-4. Hello, how you doing? Thank you for joining in. And you have Toronto at 38-31, 4.5 games out. You have Tampa Bay 5-5. You have Boston 8-5, and you have the Orioles 14 games behind. That is the American League East. In the Central, Detroit with a good record of 46-25. We have Minnesota at 36-33, 9 games behind, followed by the Guardians at 9.5, then Kansas City Royals at 11.5, and we have the White Sox at 22.5 games out. So baseball, like I said, it's 162 games. It's a long way to go. You got Houston in first place at 39-30, the Mariners at 34-34, then the Rangers at 34-36, and then the Angels at 33-35, and then the Athletics at 27-44. So plenty of baseball guys and girls left for the season. Anything can happen. But in the chat, man, just tell me who your teams are so I could evaluate your team or look at your team. We could talk about your team. It's a wide open sports. Um, Once again, baseball is in the full swing. Hockey, game 5 tonight. NBA. And then we have, remember, we got soccer coming too. We have a soccer and don't know what's going to happen to the World Cup next year because all the stuff is going around the world, the controversial stuff are going around the world. I don't know what's going to happen there, but I'm not going to predict something that maybe there'll be a World Cup in other places, but when it comes to into the U.S., I don't know. We have the Mets in the National League. The Mets in first place. Philadelphia right behind them, 4.5. The Braves are 14 games out of the first place, which that's shocking to me. I didn't see that coming. You have the Cubs in first place. I didn't see that coming either. Milwaukee right behind them, St. Louis, then Cincinnati and Pittsburgh. Then you have San Francisco. Dodgers are tied in first place. And you have the Padres right behind them by 2 games. That division right there, even Arizona is still in it. They're only 5.5 games. That was a good game of the Pacer and OKC. So let's recap for a second on the Pacer and OKC finals. Game one, Pacer won 111, Thunder 110. That was a heck of a game. Then we had game two, the Thunder's 123, the Pacer 107. Then game three, Pacer win 116, 107. And then last night, the Thunders won 111, 104. So series are tied 2-2. Uh, game five will go to the Thunders. Then game six, they'll go to the Pacers. And then the last game, if necessary, they'll game seven, they'll go to the Thunder. So great series, guys, when it comes to the NBA Finals. And if your team made it, man, congratulations. I can tell you that right now. I'm going to recap hockey for a second. All right, so let's look at the bracket for the hockey. All right, so it's the Edmonton Oilers and the finals with the Panthers. How did they got here? Well, we had the in the Western Conference, we had the Jets beat the Blues 4 games to 3. Okay, and the Golden Knights beat the Wilds 3 games to 2, and 4 games to 2. The Stars beat the Avalanche 4 games to 2, and Dallas win the series 4 games to 2. Then Dallas will face, and then Golden Knights lost to the Oilers 4 games to 2, and then the Oilers beat the Stars 4 games to 1. On the other side, the Panthers beat the Lightning 4 games to 1. Then the Panthers beat the Carolina Hurricanes 4 games to 1, and then they made it to the finals against Edmonton. And this series is tied 2-2. So game one, 4-3 Oilers. Game two, went to the Panthers 5-4. Game three, went to the Panthers 6-1. And then game four, which is game five is tonight. So game one went to Oilers. Game two went to the Panthers. Game three went to the Panthers, and then game four went to Edmonton 5-4. And then tonight they'll play game five. So that's your recap right there. Let me look at this for a second, and I'm gonna give you the teams I was saying earlier that can surprise anybody. Another team that got surprised too is the New England Patriots. Nobody talks about the Patriots. They got a new head coach. But team that could come out of the cellar that could shock you. Tennessee Titans, even though they signed a Ward, first rookie year. Um, the Chargers are more improved. Denver are more improved. The Raiders are more improved. Team they're falling. I think Cowboys are falling. I think the Giants are better than the Cowboys. You might disagree with me. Detroit, Minnesota, and I see Minnesota. Wow. I don't see them this year. I really see Detroit, Green Bay, and the Bears. Despite the Bears have a 5-12 record last year. Then you got Tampa Bay, Atlanta, Carolina, and New Orleans. I think Tampa Bay, Atlanta, and the Panthers will be a good team. I think the Panthers will be more improved, by the way. Then you have the Rams, Seattle, Arizona, and San Francisco. This is where I was looking at. Where can San Francisco be? They were 6-11. It's been a while since San Francisco had that record. Arizona is more improved. Seattle, I think, is the bad team there. I think it will be between the Rams and Arizona Cardinals. Probably third, San Francisco 49ers. So anything can happen, guys. But That's the team that I'm looking this year that could come out and surprise. I mean, Carolina, I like the draft picks this year. Tennessee is looking good with the first draft pick, but of course, rookie season things happen. So, all right, try to get this here. So hopefully you guys could tell you new camera, new everything, you name it. I'm trying to get everything fixed here and organized here. But anyhow, and this is supposed to be an autofocus camera. So let me see if I move it this way. Maybe it might help a little bit. It is focusing, right? So here we go. Okay, what's this right here? Guys, I'm gonna try to be on tonight, later on tonight. Hopefully, but like I said, I do have a couple of short videos coming out uh today and tomorrow for Father's Day. So, and I hope you guys enjoying your weekend too, man. Enjoying your weekend and be safe too. I'm not gonna lie to you, I have a mess in the studio. Give me a second. I have to add some information here. Give me a second, guys. You guys can see me much better now, but give me a second and I'll be right back. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. I'm back. All righty then. Let's see what we got here. All right, let me get some score here. We have the Marlins beating the National 3-1 in the bottom of the seventh. We have the Cincinnati Reds beating Detroit 7-1. Pittsburgh Pirates and the Cubs are tied 1-1. Coming up later on, actually in about an hour, will be the Orioles and the Angels. Once again, guys, you got to join the channel, man. It's going to be interesting for the NFL season. I am going to go live in games. I'll be in probably every Sunday, Thursday night. I know we got Thursday night football, we got Friday night football, we have Saturday football, and don't forget we do have college football too. University of Miami Hurricane here, so Hopefully, we all can connect here when it comes to sports. And once again, man, tomorrow's Father's Day. Congratulations to all the fathers. Really, really, man. You know what? We work hard. We love our kids. We support our family. Work hard, working hard, to just support and keep ourselves a roof. And that's what God says, man. We are the head, not the tail. So I go with the Bible says on the quote from God. And that's just what I'm responsible for, man. Keep taking care of our family. Uh, with everything going on in the world and things happening, man, which is it's a shame and it's sad, but at the same time, man, you gotta continue to believe in the guy upstairs and fight your battle, or surrender to him, and he'll fight it for you. So, and that's just a positive quote for me to you guys. I'm hoping this system that I started could work for me for the rest of the week here. I do need to organize my studio room because I have to create a lot of stuff that's for the NFL season coming up. So, and I could show you what my wife gave me for Father's Day. It was a Tua Tagovailoa. What do you call it? Let me see if I got it here. It's a Tua figure. I guess it's a football figure. Pretty nice too. Pretty neat. Has Tua and his helmet and his picture and his card and everything. So then she got me also a University of Miami helmet. Pretty neat also. Here's one of the stuff she got me too. A Miami Dolphin. Pretty nice. And the also the University of Miami helmet. It's beautiful too. Different color but beautiful. Give me a second. Let me show it to you guys. Right here. That's my Father's Day gift. Early too. Because she knows I'm a sport freak. Then my daughter got me for Christmas. It was a Dan Marino a pop head. I don't know if you guys have seen the pop heads at Dan Marino. I never seen one. I've seen the 201, but I haven't seen the Dan Marino one. And she got me that for Christmas. Oh, and by the way, if you didn't join me yesterday, and I apologize for yesterday once again, I did have my top 15 quarterbacks, and the NFL announced the top 15, which I disagree with some numbers there. Things going out there that Tua is not top 10, that Tua is a top 12 quarterback. So basically, what everybody's trying to say that a top 10 quarterback should be winning games, should be winning Super Bowls. What do you call elite? I've been saying that for almost a week now. What is elite? Winning games, winning Super Bowl, winning a playoff game? Is that elite? Or or let's say let's look at Dan Marino. So Dan Marino's not elite, or because he didn't want a Super Bowl, but he held all the records. I don't get that. So now that doesn't mean that Dan Marino has not never gone to a Super Bowl. He did win to a Super Bowl. He just didn't win. So and then you want to call Dan Marino elite because he actually, I don't know. And quote me if I'm wrong. I like to tell fans out there, sports fans, what do you call elite, really, man? What do you call elite? A record, winning, losing, playoff, Super Bowl, everything in common? I don't know. a question to ask. But he's elite to me. He held the records until everybody started breaking his record. And by the way, it's only one more record nobody has broken from Dan Marino. So every record is not broken yet. I got to find out what it is, but I read it the other night. There's still one record that he holds, and I don't think nobody has broken it yet. So think about it. We could sit and talk about elite. What is an elite? Does anybody out there know what's an elite? What you consider an elite? A person that won a lot of games, won a Super Bowl, and I'm talking in general in sports. What do you consider an elite individual? Can anybody tell me out there? Because that's something that to think about. What is an elite quarterback? What's an elite wide receiver? What's an elite? Because man, you could break every record in the NFL. You could break every record in any kind of sports. Does that make you elite? Excuse me. It makes you elite. I don't know. I still believe if you have a career of consistently winning games after games after games after game, having a winning season, I think that makes you an elite player. That means I mean, let's look at Mike Tomlin. Can Mike Tomlin be an elite? And this is funny. An elite coach? He has never had a losing season. But does he's not elite because he hasn't won a Super Bowl? I mean, he won Super Bowl, but I'm saying, imagine if he hasn't won a Super Bowl or playoffs. I know if there's fans out there that could tell me that. What do you consider elite? Because sometimes that makes me think, guys. That makes me think. And then once again, I said in the beginning of the program, what do you guys have planned for Father's Day or for the weekend? Let me give you some scoreboard. Top of the eight, Marlins beating the National 3-1. The Reds just scored another 10-1 over Detroit. Pirates and Cubs 1-1, and the 4-5 is the rest of the games. So that's the only games going on right now. Now I know we got sports fans out there, so you guys can join into the channel. Like I said, I'm gonna be here for probably one more hour, and that's it. And I gotta continue to do the work on this studio room. Continue to work on some projects that I have coming up for you guys. Listen, I'm only 13 away from 900 subscribers, and then hopefully I get 100 at the end of the year. But once again, man, I take it day by day. It's hard to get people into sports. Most of my subscribers, I tell you, it comes from a lot of videos that I send in shorts. Short videos. Those are the ones that actually are helping me out. Build the subscribing and the sports updates and all that. So All right, guys. Well, anyhow, I'll be here for probably say probably to the hour. I'm at 46 minutes. So hopefully anybody could join in. By the way, I want to say to Pittsburgh fan, what do you feel about Aaron Rodgers? Nobody has answered me nothing whatsoever about Aaron Rodgers. You feel comfortable? You think he's going to win? You think he's going to help your ball club? I sure didn't get no answer on that one. Don't forget tonight, game number 5, Panthers and Oilers. That's going to be a good game tonight. So, all right, fans. I'm gonna be back this afternoon. I'm gonna actually cut it short here because I gotta do a couple of things. But you know what? You guys have a blessed day. Thank you so much, those that joined in. Anyhow, you guys have a blessed one, and I'll talk to you guys later on and tonight. And hopefully, you guys have a nice day.